Ancient wisdom for a modern world. Have you ever stopped to wonder why some people seem to live charmed lives? Not in the sense of luck or privilege, but in the way they move through the world, effortlessly creating, manifesting, and transforming their reality as if by some unseen force. It's as though they've tapped into a secret current, a river of energy that flows just beneath the surface of what we perceive as real. And the truth is, they have. They've connected with something greater than themselves, a higher consciousness, a divine intelligence, the source of all creation. And today, I want to talk about what happens when you too align with this force. Because it's not just about changing your life. It's about rewriting the very fabric of your existence. Let's start with a simple question. What is reality? We tend to think of it as solid, fixed, unchangeable. The chair you're sitting on, the device you're listening to this on, the air you're breathing, it all feels tangible, real, and separate from you. But science tells us something different. At the quantum level, everything is energy. Particles pop in and out of existence, and matter is more like a suggestion than a certainty. So if reality is this fluid, this malleable, why do we feel so stuck in our lives? Why do we struggle to manifest the things we desire? The answer lies in where we're placing our attention, and more importantly, where we're sourcing our power. Most of us live from the surface level of consciousness. We react to the world around us, driven by our fears, desires, and conditioning. We believe we're separate from the world, and so we struggle against it. But what if I told you that there's a deeper layer of reality, a realm of pure potentiality, where all possibilities exist? This is the realm of higher consciousness, the place where the invisible forces of creation reside. And when you connect with it, everything changes. Imagine for a moment that your mind is like a radio. Most of the time, it's tuned to a static-filled station, picking up fragmented signals from the world around you. But when you connect with higher consciousness, it's like tuning into a crystal clear frequency. Suddenly, you're no longer just receiving information. You're broadcasting it. You become a co-creator with the universe, shaping reality from the inside out. This is where the magic happens. And I don't use the word magic lightly. When you align with higher consciousness, you begin to experience what can only be described as miraculous. Synchronicities become a regular occurrence. Opportunities appear out of nowhere. People and resources show up at exactly the right moment. It's as though the universe is conspiring in your favor, because it is. You've tapped into the flow of creation, and now you're riding its currents. But here's the thing. This isn't about wishful thinking or positive affirmations. It's about a fundamental shift in how you see yourself and your place in the universe. When you connect with higher consciousness, you realize that you're not just a passive observer of life, you're an active participant in its unfolding. You begin to understand that your thoughts, emotions, and intentions are powerful forces that shape your reality. And when you align them with the higher frequencies of love, gratitude, and purpose, you become a magnet for miracles. So let me give you an example. Think about a time when you were deeply in love. Maybe it was a romantic relationship, or maybe it was the love you felt for a child, a friend, or even a pet. Do you remember how the world seemed to glow with possibility? How everything felt lighter, brighter, more alive? That's because love is one of the highest frequencies of consciousness. When you're in that state, you're aligned with the creative forces of the universe. And in that alignment, you become a conduit for magic. Now, Imagine living your entire life from that place. Imagine waking up every morning with a sense of purpose and connection, knowing that you're part of something greater than yourself. Imagine moving through your day with a deep trust in the unfolding of life, even when things don't go according to plan. This is what it means to live in alignment with higher consciousness. It's not about controlling every detail of your life. It's about surrendering to the flow of creation and allowing it to work through you. And this is where the real transformation happens. When you connect with higher consciousness, you begin to see yourself differently. You realize that you're not just a physical being having a spiritual experience. You're a spiritual being having a physical experience. Your body, your circumstances, your challenges, they're all part of a larger journey, a soul's journey. And when you embrace this perspective, everything shifts. The things that once seemed insurmountable become opportunities for growth. The people who once triggered you become mirrors for your own healing. And the world itself becomes a playground for your creativity. But how do you get there? How do you connect with this higher consciousness and align with the invisible forces of creation? The answer is both simple and profound. You start by turning inward. You quiet the noise of the external world and listen to the whispers of your soul. You cultivate a daily practice that brings you back to yourself, back to the source of your power. And as you do this, you begin to notice subtle shifts in your thoughts, your emotions, your energy. These shifts are the first signs that you're tuning into a higher frequency. From there, it's about intention. You set clear, heartfelt intentions for what you want to create in your life, and you release them to the universe with trust and gratitude. You don't cling to the outcome. You simply allow the process to unfold. And as you do this, you begin to see the magic of creation at work. You start to notice how your thoughts and emotions shape your reality. You begin to understand that you're not just a passive participant in life. You're an active co-creator. And this is where the real alchemy happens. When you align with higher consciousness, you become a bridge between the spiritual and the physical. You bring the invisible into the visible. You take the raw material of your thoughts and emotions and transform them into tangible results. This is the essence of creation. It's not about forcing or controlling. It's about allowing and becoming. It's about stepping into your power and realizing that you are and always have been a magical being. So if you're feeling stuck, if you're struggling to manifest the life you desire, I invite you to try something different. Instead of looking outward for answers, look inward. Connect with the higher consciousness that resides within you. Align yourself with the invisible forces of creation and watch as your life begins to transform in ways you never thought possible. Because the truth is, you are far more powerful than you realize, and the universe is waiting to co-create with you. Teaching the ascent to higher consciousness is one of the most profound challenges because it requires conveying something that transcends the intellectual mind, using the very tools of that mind: language, concepts, and logic. Higher consciousness exists beyond the realm of thought. It's a state of being, a felt experience, an intuitive knowing. Yet, to teach it, we must rely on words, metaphors, and frameworks that can only point to the truth, never fully capture it. The difficulty lies in the paradox. The thinking mind is both the tool and the obstacle. It seeks to understand, categorize, and analyze, But higher consciousness is about surrendering that need to know and simply being. Words can only hint at the ineffable, the stillness, the unity, the boundless love that defines the state. They are like fingers pointing at the moon. The danger is that students may focus on the finger and miss the moon entirely. Moreover, each person's journey to higher consciousness is deeply personal. What resonates for one may confuse another. A teacher must balance universal truths with individual needs, using stories, practices, and analogies that meet students where they are. Yet even the most skillful teaching can only create the conditions for awakening. The actual shift happens beyond words, in the silent spaces between them. The challenge then is to use language not as a cage, but as a bridge, a way to guide students toward the edge of their understanding and then invite them to leap beyond it. It's about creating moments of aha, where the mind quiets, the heart opens, and the student glimpses, even briefly, the infinite reality that words can never fully describe. When teaching or exploring higher consciousness, the focus must always be on the essence of what's being described, not the specific words or concepts used to describe it. Words are merely signposts, tools to guide the mind toward an experience that exists beyond language. If we get too caught up in the specifics of the words themselves, we risk missing the deeper truth they're pointing to. Think of it like this. If I describe the taste of honey to someone who's never tasted it, I might use words like sweet, golden, or rich. But no matter how vivid my description, it'll never fully capture the actual experience of tasting honey. The words are just a map, not the territory. Similarly, when we talk about higher consciousness, whether we use terms like divine intelligence, universal energy, or the source, we're offering a map, not the destination itself. The real work happens when the student moves beyond the map and into the direct experience. This is why it's so important to approach these teachings with a sense of openness and flexibility. Different traditions and teachers use different words and frameworks to describe the same ineffable truths. One might speak of enlightenment, another of Christ consciousness, and another of non-dual awareness. These terms may seem contradictory on the surface, but they're all pointing to the same fundamental reality. The key is to look past the specific language and focus on the underlying ideas: unity, connection, transcendence, love. This also means that as students, we need to cultivate a certain detachment from the words themselves. It's easy to get caught up in debates over terminology or to cling to a particular phrase or concept as if it holds the ultimate truth. But the moment we fixate on the words, we've lost the thread. The real teaching is always beyond the words, in the silence that follows, in the space where the mind stops and the heart opens. For teachers, this requires a delicate balance. On one hand, we need to use words skillfully, choosing language that resonates with the listener and helps them connect with the ideas. On the other hand, we need to continually remind students that the words are just a starting point, not the end goal. We might say, don't take my word for it. Experience it for yourself. Or, this is just one way of describing it. Feel free to find your own language. The aim is to create a bridge, not a dogma. Ultimately, the journey to higher consciousness is about moving from the head to the heart, from thinking to being. Words can guide us, but they can't take us all the way. The real transformation happens when we let go of the need to understand intellectually and instead open ourselves to the direct experience of connection, unity, and love. And that's something no words can ever fully capture, but they can point us in the right direction. As we come to the end of this conversation, I want to leave you with this thought. This journey to higher consciousness isn't about me. It's not about my words, my ideas, or my experiences. It's about you. It's about your awakening, your transformation, your connection to something greater than yourself. My role here is simply to walk beside you, to offer guidance, support, and encouragement as you navigate this path. But the real work, the real magic happens within you. This isn't a journey I can take for you. No one can. It's deeply personal, uniquely yours. But what I can do is hold space for you, remind you of your own power, and help you see the possibilities that lie within and around you. I can point to the signposts, share the maps, and offer tools that might help you along the way. But the steps you take, the insights you gain, the shifts you experience, those are yours alone. And that's where the beauty lies. So if you're feeling called to explore this path, know that you don't have to do it alone. I'm here not as an authority or a guru, but as a fellow traveler. Someone who's walked this road, stumbled, gotten back up, and kept going. Someone who believes in the power of this journey because I've seen it change lives, including my own, and I believe it can change yours too. But remember, this isn't about fixing you. You're not broken. You're already whole, already complete, already connected to the source of all creation. This journey is about remembering that truth, peeling back the layers of conditioning and fear that have made you forget, and stepping into the fullness of who you really are. It's about reclaiming your power, your creativity, your joy, and it's about realizing that you've always had everything you need within you. So let's take this journey together, not as teacher and student, but as partners in exploration. Let's dive into the mysteries of higher consciousness, not as something distant or unattainable, but as a living, breathing reality that's available to you right here, right now. Let's uncover the magic that's been waiting for you all along. And as we move forward, I'll be here, cheering you on, holding the light, and reminding you of your own brilliance. Because this is your journey, your awakening, your life. And I'm just here to support you as you step into the extraordinary being you were always meant to be. Let me close with this gentle reminder. No matter where you are on this journey, no matter how far you feel you've come, or how stuck you might feel in this moment, you are exactly where you're supposed to be. This path isn't linear. It doesn't follow a straight line or a predictable timeline. It's a spiral, a dance, a series of ebbs and flows. And every step, every stumble, every pause, every leap is part of the process. There will be moments when you feel like you're soaring, when everything clicks into place and the universe seems to be conspiring in your favor. And there will be other moments when you feel like you're standing still or even moving backward, when doubt creeps in, when old patterns resurface, when the magic feels just out of reach. In those moments, it's easy to feel like you're failing, like you're not making progress. But that's not true. Those moments are just as important as the breakthroughs. They're part of the unfolding, part of the growth. There's where the real work happens. So if you're feeling stuck today, if you're questioning whether you're on the right path, take a deep breath and trust. Trust that you're exactly where you need to be. Trust that the universe is working with you, not against you. Trust that even when you can't see it, something is shifting, something is aligning, something is preparing you for the next step. This journey isn't about perfection, it's about presence, it's about showing up again and again, even when it's hard, even when you don't have all the answers, even when you feel like you're starting over. Because every time you show up, you're planting seeds, you're building momentum, you're creating the conditions for transformation, even if you can't see the results yet. So wherever you are right now, know that it's enough. You're enough, and you're not alone. I'm here walking this path with you, holding the vision of your highest potential, even when you can't see it for yourself. And together, we'll keep moving forward, one step, one breath, one moment at a time, because this is your journey, and it's perfect, just as it is. Ready to start this incredible journey? Let's begin.
Like, subscribe. Don't forget to comment and check out more of our videos. Click to be notified. Thanks for watching.